How do you know when layoffs are coming? Well, there's a couple of things that can give you a heads up. So when you start seeing there's no new investments in your area, say there's sales of some assets, there's no more money going to R&D, projects are being delayed because they don't want to spend the money on them right now. You'll also notice that people will stop hiring, so there'll be not only a hiring freeze for new people, but they're also not replacing the people that leave. You'll also see that budgets are cut. Basically any expenses, travel, perks, capex goes back to investment, but basically they don't want to spend any more money in the area. When you really have to start worrying is when you see the executives start to leave. These are going to be the ones that pretty much know what's going on before everybody else. And a lot of times managers will start getting more interested in what the employees are doing just because they may have to lay some people off and they'll have to take over and replace that role or take that role on themselves. Also, this can happen during mergers. It's very frequent. The telltale sign right here is if you see like a last minute meeting just pop up and you see that basically the executive is on your site, it's generally that's the site where the layoff's going to occur. If it's a normal meeting and you have the executives there on site, that's not really an issue. But the big one here is effectively if it's like a last minute meeting that pops up, especially in the morning, that's a bit more of a concern. And the other thing with that is you'll start to see your calendar get populated by a bunch of emergency meetings. So it might be in the morning, you might have a company-wide basically emergency meeting, and then you'll start to go down to the business area, then the department, and down to the local teams. So you'll see like a series of emergency meetings. Now this is the big thing that people aren't really aware of. There's something in the United States called the WARN Act. And the WARN Act is basically a worker adjustment and retraining notification. If you check these, companies are required, if you're above a certain number of employees, to actually put out a WARN notice to the state that which they operate. So you would just type in WARN and whatever your state is. So I live in Pennsylvania, so I type in WARN PA and it'll pop up. And I'll look for the current WARN notices for February. The notice here is for Next Tier Completion Solutions. They are closing the site down. So 104 people are losing their jobs. They're closing the entire site. If you look at Craft Tech USA LLC, this is laying off 105 people, 91 of which are temporary and 14 are permanent. So this is going to be a layoff, and it even gives you the date. It's going to be April 13th, 2024 is when that's going to occur. So if those people are not checking this WARN notice, they're about to lose their jobs and they don't even have an idea that's what's going on. If you check the WARN notices frequently, especially if you're concerned with layoffs, you'll actually have up to a 2-month heads up that something like this is coming your way. Get your resume in order and start looking for a new position. If you found this useful, please subscribe. I give you a lot of information on how to make more money, how to save on taxes, and how to invest. Thank you for watching, good luck, and hopefully you're not affected by any layoffs anytime soon.